while coming back. It's been a while, been traveling, been busy. Season in Dubai is starting now, so busy with work and a lot of other things as well. So I thought I'll jump on here. It's now been 1 year since I've been here in Dubai. It's crazy how time flies here. There is no sense of time in Dubai. I've made a couple of notes, so just with regards to what I would say I've taken away from the 1 year I've been here. So it's been a quick year, but also a long year. I'm just going to start off with a few points that I would just like to bring up with regards to what you'd expect after a year of being in Dubai and what you start picking up around here and how it feels. So let's start. So for me, big thing in Dubai is work-life balance. It does feel like in South Africa your work-life balance is a little bit more acceptable or a little bit more normal compared to here. Where I'm working, it's 6 days on, 1 day off, and then most of the time my shift is either 10 till 7 or it will be 8 till 5. So working hours is fine, but it does, there's not too much time for yourself. We normally have a Tuesday off, so that's why most of the time Tuesday is the only day go about doing stuff. So that's one thing to note, is a lot of times your work-life balance is very difficult, also depending on which industry and what job you're doing. All of that, it does depend, but with me that is what you'll be looking at. Okay, point 2, and I guess I'll always bring this up, is safety. Safety to me is a huge thing, and every time it amazes me daily that your safety here is just so insane. You see kids walking around by the beach by themselves, we've got like a promenade, also walking by Kite Beach on the promenade by themselves, no adults around, nobody there, and it's 100% safe. They're happy to walk around, not having to worry about anything. If you go swim in the sea, you leave your stuff on the beach, it's there when you come back. So safety to me is still a huge part of the reason coming to Dubai. Just being able to know that you are comfortable, you don't have to stress about everything or worry. And then thirdly, costs. Dubai it's not a cheap place at all, and I've said in my previous video as well, setting yourself up here, I would say coming over you have to have a good amount saved up in the bank, or know that the company where you're starting, they'll offer enough assistance, because accommodation, anything like that, is very expensive. Getting yourself set up is very expensive. So if the company covers that, and then your setup visa regarding your setup costs regarding your visa, that's a big help. So that really helps. Taking onto that topic, accommodation, it is expensive here. If you're sharing with people, it is a much cheaper option, so it does make life a little bit easier. But I'm in a studio apartment. It works out quite expensive, and they do push up every year. So my contract's coming to end now, and my contract upped with, I think it was 2,000 dirhams for the year. So I pay in full check, so that did up it a bit every month, but it all adds up. It does. Every little bit makes a big difference at the end of the day. For me as well, coming from Cape Town, nature is a big thing. I'm very big on my nature, being able to go out and about, camping, mountain biking, a big thing in nature. We've got nature, there's just a different type of nature. So if you go out to Fujairah or any of the more mountainous areas, you'll be in nature, away from people, but it's more like rock and mountains. It's still absolutely stunning, but with that, it is not the nature that I'm used to. I'm used to the greenery, the vineyards. So something like that does take a toll on you after a while. You do struggle with that feel of not having that just around you at all times. So I could say that's something that I do miss from South Africa and from Cape Town, is the nature. So that's a big thing. We're going on probably travel. That's a big benefit from being here. Beginning of the month or end of last month, my parents, they traveled to Paris, and they said, well, I'm not far off, why don't I join them in Paris for a bit. It did make life a lot easier, but flight ticket cost me 1,500 dirhams. Luckily I had my Schengen visa, so that was easy, and then I stayed with my parents, so it made life super easy, being able to travel, seeing new places, seeing family from here. Traveling from South Africa, it's always very expensive. It is if you set your plan to travel from there, it's a big event. It was easy, went for a week, enjoyed the trip. It was 6 hours travel, so it did make life a lot easier. And then talking about travel, transport here in Dubai, I would say your biggest thing would be getting around. Everything in Dubai is quite far away, and it's not just around the corner. Traffic's very bad, especially this time of year, when season starts. It takes me to get probably 8 kilometers, takes me about half an hour to 45 minutes. So it is extremely bad. I would say a car is 100% the way to go. With everything being so far apart, being able to have a car and being able to take yourself around is a lot easier, a lot more comfortable. There is public transport, like I've said previously. There's metros, there's buses, but the timing you have to wait, it does get difficult. So if I want to go to the shop, I have to plan it so in such a way that I am at the bus stop in time, because if you're not in time, it's on average every 20 minutes, so then you'll be standing around for 20 minutes till the bus comes, and that's not always too pleasant, especially in the Dubai heat. And then also taxis, you can take taxis. They do work out expensive. On average, a trip for me to my places around, which is on average about 8 to 10 kilometers, it cost me anything between 35 to 50 dirhams one way. So it does work out quite a bit more than what it would if you had a vehicle. The nice thing about a vehicle is the petrol is also extremely cheap here, and put it in perspective, I filled up my car this morning, it was completely empty, it cost me 75 dirhams, so that's nowhere to be seen in South Africa. So a big thing for me as well. Another thing is people. After a year being here, you're working with so many different cultures and people from all over the world, so it does make it difficult understanding everybody and everybody's cultures, and it's something to take into consideration when you're moving around, when you're dealing with people, that there is a lot of people from all over the world. That makes things a little bit more difficult, and it's not always easy, but you learn how to deal with it, and it makes life a little bit tricky sometimes. Talking about people, South Africans, there is plenty of South Africans in Dubai. It feels wherever you go, you'll hear somebody speak either Afrikaans, or you can hear the language is the way they speak English is just slightly different. That's a South African, and most of the time, if you start a conversation with them, it's everybody's very happy seeing each other, meeting, and everybody's very friendly. I've been invited many times to people. I've only met once or twice, and it's a big community. Everybody pulls together and helps each other out. And then lastly, I would probably say opportunities. In Dubai, the opportunities, there is a lot of it. If you work hard and you push, you will definitely be able to find another opportunity somewhere. There's a lot of companies in Dubai starting new and starting fresh, and also just looking for people. So it all depends what you do, what you want to do. There is always something to be done, and a lot of people move around here and start with new companies, and it's nice to be able to have the opportunities here. And us as South Africans, a lot of times we are seen as slightly harder working people than most, so it is easy for us to be able to, well, no, I wouldn't say easy, it is easier for us to try and get a job in Dubai. Where I work, I think we're now pulling on 5-6 South Africans in my side of the business. In total, we've probably got about 10-11 South Africans just in my company alone. So it really makes a big difference being South African. And that's it. It was a quick one. I just wanted to quickly stop by and say hello. It's like I said, it's been my 1 year. Time here in Dubai absolutely flies. Before you, every day, you wake up. By the time you're ready for the day's over. So time does absolutely fly. That's why you'll see most South Africans, the plan's always here to come for a year or two, and then you end up being here 10 years. So it's a different world, this. And yeah, it's something, if you have the opportunity, I would say take it. When I got back from Paris, it did feel like I'm back home, and it's nice to start having that feeling, because it was very, very rough in the beginning. It's always felt like you don't belong, or you're an outsider. But it's a much easier situation now for me. Being able to get around, knowing where I'm going, it works. And I know it's a scary opportunity to take and scary thing to leave everybody behind, but I would say if you have the opportunity, take it. It opens a lot of doors and makes life a lot nicer. Being able to put some money away, being able to save, putting yourself in a slightly better opportunity going forward. So yeah, that will be it for me today. Thank you for joining again. If there's anything you want to see about Dubai, please let me know. There's a few things I still want to show you guys. Cost of living, as in what it would cost you for going to the grocery shops, and what different grocery shops prices are. But that will still come as soon as I've got some more time. But let me know what you guys want, and if there's anything specific you guys, any questions or anything you want to see, more than happy to help and give you guys a view of Dubai that I wish I saw before I came. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.